Hello everybody, this is Sonya. Now, having a bit of a battle here because I'm not very up on doing patches and things, but I want to do some hexies because I'm going to put them together. Large ones, so I want big ones, so I don't know, so the project goes quicker or something like that. So I've tried to pick out a couple of pieces. I've got these really good pieces here that I purchased a really long time ago and never opened them until just now. And they cost me $8 and there's 200 Is it 200 or 100? 100 hexies in there. And they're 2 inches when you finish the finished size, I guess. I don't know. Well, that can't be right. But anyway, so I know that I have to cut this the same. No, I have to cut it bigger. Right, now I've just lost the plot. Now let's start the timer. Just wanting to do something different today, like I don't know. I'm very keen on that butterfly there. It's nice. There's a half of that bloke there. I don't want to cut him off there. Might do this side. You know why, don't you? Because didn't really want to get the iron out to iron that side. So you got to go about 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 centimetre, something like that. And people usually use their rotary cutter for this, and I got one, but oh well, you know how it is. I don't know where it is. I do know where it is. That's not true. I do know where it is. I'm going to have to fix this. This is not very straight, is it? I hope you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we got that much there done. Oh, this piece here is not straight. That's what's making me, it's balking me really bad. And we go up here. Alright. I don't know what I've got for this part. I don't know why I have a terrible time trying to get these things properly. I don't know what's the matter with me, but I just seem to... It's alright. He's on there. That one's on there. This part here. Screw with, because I haven't cut that off properly, have I? Okay. So we got that bit. Now, whether I'll get too done to put together or not, you never know, do you? But I'm going to put a bit of glue on this because I can, a bit of glue stick, because it'll come off. It will come off because this is shiny. This is shiny. Hang on, I've got to move the Buddha down there and get my glue stick out of here. And put some, where's the shiny side? But it all is shiny. I'm just going to put a piece of this, because when I've done this before, I've stitched around and ended up with no material on the other side because I didn't put it in the right place and just shifted it as I was going. Don't know if there's any rules about not being able to do this, but I think it's, you know, it's pretty cool. Is that going to fit across there? Yes, only just though. We're not going to be... Okay, got a needle of cotton. That's pretty cool. Ready? We're ready then. Righto. Now, I'm going to turn this piece over first. Why is he so... not so much on here? Why is that so less? This one, that'll be less then, won't it? You're going to have to get hold of it, Sonia, so it's not less. You turn them up like this. And this piece down like that. Like so. You come over underneath. Alright, don't have to go through the cardboard if you don't want to. I won't be, I don't think, because you don't have to. You can, if you like, because then you can pull it out later. Pull it out later anyway. Some people stitch through the card or the paper, whatever they're doing it on, because you can do it on card or paper. I don't know whether there's any... Now I did that, so it's got underneath there. That wasn't good, was it? Did you see that happen? I did. That went underneath there. Come out of that. We don't want it to be finished off skew whiff, do we? We want it nice and straight. So, I've got it. Yeah, that's got that one, right. I will take the paper out. So I'm going to go along here and I'm going to just put a stitch through there. I won't go through the paper. Now, I don't know whether this is forbidden or if it's a different way people do it. It's just how I want to do it because I don't want to sew my paper into it. And because this is big enough, this thing, you don't really need to, I don't think. You're just going to make nice sharp edges by going around it like this. And then we can be daring and get the iron out and give it a bit of a press, and that'll keep it nice and soft, you know, like down straight or whatever. Let's get the iron. Now I've tied him up because it's driving me mad. The iron arm, the handle, the cord. Oh dear. I didn't get much sleep last night at all. Actually, I didn't get much sleep last night at all. Oh, it happens to me sometimes. It's just spend most of the time up all night. I just awake all the time. I don't know why. You say sometimes I can sleep so good, and then other times you just go, you know. Mostly the not sleeping though. That's mostly what it is. Not sleeping. So I'm heating the iron up. It's feeding me hand. Please, Sonya, don't stick your hand on it. Now, if I come across there and I just give this a little pull, it'll keep it taut and hang on to the thing and go like this. Hang on a minute. That. Wait till it heats up so you can't iron with it till it's warm. Then come up along here. I don't know if I showed you how to do the hexie like this before or not. Because you can sew straight through the whole thing if you want to, and then pick the paper, then pick the stitches out after you've sewn it together. If you want to. Everybody, you know, people like their own ways of doing stuff. I've done some of these in the past, not many. Never actually made. I've only made probably a placematty thing one time. I was doing the patchwork courses and stuff because it was a long time ago, and things just, oh, isn't that pretty? Doesn't that look good? Right, a bit further to go yet. Let's stick your hand on the iron. I won't be very happy if I do that, will I? Watch me now. Don't stick my hand on it. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's still raining here. We're not where the floods are though. That's lucky. You might see this today, which is Monday, I think, because, oh, hang on, it could be Tuesday I might put this up. It just depends whether I want to go up the street. I want to get my fingernails taken off by the people who put them on. So I'm going to go out later and I'm going to ring them and ask them how much. I know I've been nagging them about that. I'm so sorry, but I did see that Lynn said she wanted to put some on, and she decided because I've had a lot of trouble. But see, that's just me because I'm doing this. I mean, if you're going to sit around, you're not going to, I know that. I meant if anybody has got something, other job that they do, that they don't want to sew or craft, or something that doesn't entail picking up things, you know, they're beautiful. I would recommend them highly because they're absolutely wonderful. I love them. But for me, I can't get hold of a piece of thread or thread my needle and stuff like that because they're growing all the time. Well, they didn't before because they kept breaking off, so I don't know what I'm going to end up with, but I think I'm going to just go up there and see what they're going to charge me to take them off, and I might just get them to give me a manicure and have a nice bit of, a really nice another colour put on or something, but not these nails, because they're only for, you know, if you want to go out somewhere too, I suppose, or if you can still have them if your work doesn't entail, like I said, picking up little bits and stitching with a needle and cotton, which I'm wanting to do a lot of, because when you think about it, it took, less than 2 weeks, it's over 2 weeks. It's heading on to 3 weeks since I had them done. And I can't afford to go back every 3 weeks and pay that money to have my fingernails done. And I would have had to have them done before that, I think, because they've, you know, you don't want them to look wrong. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. So I have thought about doing the other thing, but taking them off, but I'm really too worried about making me fingernails and not having anything left. I'm sure the lady knows about it. That's what she does. It's her job. She should be able to do it without, you know, and I won't sit at home for half an hour with them soaking in something, but I will I will do it somewhere else because I have to. You know what I mean? You'd probably want to go and do something else. I would. I can't. I'm terrible. When I paint them too, I've got to wait for them to dry, but I'm thinking about buying one of those things you put your hands in to dry them because I'm impatient. You can sit there and wait for them to dry. These are awesome. They really are. I do recommend them highly if you're not going to be picking up beads or stitching. But then you've got to pay to get them on and off, and see me try. Ah, crap. Sorry. I was going to thread that and stitch it again, but you know what? I'm just going to iron it. I'm just going to iron it down flat now, because it's going to take me forever if I have to do that. Just make it nice. Press it down. Where's my water level in this? I hope I've got water in it. I'll turn the steam off just in... I have, because I can feel it wet. I have, but I'm going to turn the steam off. Look at that. Doesn't that look awesome? Really, it's really nice. It's really nice patchwork is. Really beautiful. I was just got to work out how to get it right myself, that's all. So I want these edges really nice and sharp so they look, you know, really good. And then I want to do another one. I suppose I should turn that off. Be alright if it shuts itself down a bit, but I don't know if they do. You know, I'll be mucking with the iron. Okay. So we might have time to do a couple more so I can actually sew something together. Hey, what do you reckon? I love this piece here. Oh, hang on. Oh, we glue stick out. Put that back up there. Righto. So I'm going to just do a tiny bit bigger seam, I think, you know, a tiny bit, so I've got plenty to turn over, so I'm not struggling with it. I wasn't really, but I've been, and it'll be easy then when I stitch this down, which I'm going to leave in there till I do, it'll be easier then for me to take this out because I haven't sewn it to anything, all right? So now I'm going to cut out this piece. Let's see. Oh, did I plan a pattern? Oh, it don't matter. Looks all good all over, doesn't it? Now, if you don't want to, I mean, I don't think it's wasted material having a bigger seam. I don't think that's, a bigger turnover. I don't think that's an issue at all. I really don't. If you were making something like a quilt or something, you probably would cut it too with your rotary cutter. My mat's up there high so I can't reach it. Not purposely, but it is. I think I can cut it on the glass, but I don't really want to. It'd make a nasty noise, wouldn't it? Oh, I can just do it like this, can't I? So you can download these sort of things on the internet too, that you can just print it off with your printer and then cut them out if you want to do that, but you can go and buy them. I've bought some on the internet. I've only got squares so far. What made me buy squares I'll never know, but they sent me squares, so I don't remember getting squares, but I'm getting squares. I've got squares, I should say, but I've also ordered some other different ones, so I'm waiting for those. And I ordered a set of shapes so I can cut out my own. I have machines to do that, but, you know, it's nice to buy something sometimes. I don't mind having a bit of shopping. They weren't very expensive, so I'm hoping that they won't be too long to get in here. The thing that I got to cut out on is pretty cool. I've got to take this band-aid off. It's driving me crazy. I put it on overnight time because I don't want to get my nail caught and it keeps getting, oh dear, that's not good. I should put some glue under that, shouldn't I? Okay. Sorry about this, people. Thank you, everybody, for your lovely comments about all my work and everything else that goes on here. So I've got to put some glue up underneath there. I just do, and that's all. That's a bit of glue there. I tried to glue it down the other day. Okay, nobody wants to see me play with my hands. It's creepy. Sorry. Okay, so let's. Oh, I got me black dress on today. I have a. I guess we all have a black dress. I never wear black clothes. Used to all the time, but I put it on today because I couldn't, because of the rain, and we don't have a what's the name? We're getting down on clothes. So I'm wearing the black dress, which I absolutely hate because I only wore it twice, I think. Still pretty brand new. Hang on a minute, that's not straight because it's got lines. So when you got something like that, you want to make sure you got your lines. See under there, you can see the lines, stripes. It's got stripes on you. There you go. Now stuck that on. This one should be a lot easier to do, shouldn't it? Because I've got more material here. More material come up from under the inside of you. Put a knot in this, Sonya. No. Yes, I did. Sorry about this. Clearing my throat. The mailman's been today and left me some stickers that I ordered forever ago, but that's okay. They'll be there for when I want to do that sort of thing again, won't they? Now, I've got my iron switched on. You know what I might do? I might give this a press before I stitch it and see if that works, then I can turn it off. Make sure you do it properly. Put it right over. Am I still in the shot? Oh, good. Why did it move? I told you I can't get this. Oh dear, I'm running out of fabric now on here to turn up. I've got heaps up that end. Yeah, dear Sonia, I don't know. How could you just do that in that short space of time? Now we'll put this back down in under here. Righto. Just turn that up, push it up there. Make it work for you. I don't need that. Doesn't matter if I don't get my corners yet. I can pick them up as I come back around, can't I? Maybe he's learning something from this, with something not to do as well, something to do, somewhere doing something. See, I've got less in this corner. What's going on with that? Anyway, it can't be helped. Let's unplug this for a little while. Need 2 arms. Need 2 arms for that. Get hold of it, push it down, fix it. You stay there now. He tips over that little line if you're not careful. You do. Okay, now we're back here. And we're going to just go along here. And hopefully I've pressed all them seams right to the edge. I must have done. Somebody asked me once how long it took me to make a quilt or a... Hey, I've never ever made one. Actually, that's not true. I have made baby ones. I've made cot ones a really long time ago. Many of those. And I don't know how long it took me because I was actually working on one thing at a time in them days. These days I just make stuff. I don't actually do anything much with it. I've got used to sell all my stuff once. I've just got it piling up here now. I have a lot of issues with how I would price anything too. I hate to try to do that. That's a reason I can't sell anything. I don't like putting anything on there to sell because I can't figure out how much to charge for it. I don't want to overcharge, and I don't, and you feel like if you can't charge enough, you feel like you don't want to get rid of it then, but you can't. I can't keep everything, so maybe one day I might put the odd thing up or two, but I'm not real good at figuring out how much things cost. I'm not. I try to... I only make small stuff now because, if you make too big a thing, it's taking up too much space, isn't it? Right, going all right. So far so good here. I'm only going to be able to do one more maybe. Oh, hang on. Oh no, we've still got a little bit of time left yet. If you're still hanging out there, that's good. I'm glad if you're still with me. You never know what I might do, do you? You never know what we might come up with. I love to just have not really a plan, just to work as I go. Sometimes you have plans that don't actually come to pass in my world. I just come in here and think, well, I don't know what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to go with whatever. Yep. This would look nice with a plain piece of green, wouldn't it? I've got one there with a leaf on it somewhere, haven't I? I might have put it back in the thing. Wait a minute. I've got cotton hooked around everywhere. Where did that go? Under here. Right, come out of there. Okay. Now, don't know what hubby's doing. I don't think he can do a lot with all that rain out there. When I say all that rain, we don't have a lot of rain compared to them poor people up the coast. It's really bad where they are. It really is, and I feel for them poor people. I don't know how they cope. I really look at that. Isn't that going to be cool? Geez, I might have to keep going and make a bedspread. I think they look good together anyway. I'm not too disappointed with that. Okay, so we're going to end that one off. We'll make one more, eh? And then actually we can put 3 together because another one can go up there. So we can do one more. And then I could probably sit down, but I wouldn't say that I would sit down and I'd keep going because I wouldn't do it. I just know I wouldn't. I've got this green piece that I really want to put in it. So I've got enough to make another one of those too. And enough to make some more of those, plenty to make some of them. So I'm going to do this one with the leaves on it. I'm not steering away from the blue. The blue can go into some other part of it, I suppose. I'm going to have to get this iron and give it a bit of a run over here. Oh, we've still got it warm. There we go. That's nice. This is a nice piece of fabric, isn't it? Beautiful. Really nice. So many different pieces and different sorts out there. Different, imagine if I sewed all these, how many I'd have about 100. But I'd have to put them together as I was going, because I wouldn't want to do it later. I'll tell you that now. It's like those granny squares. If I make a granny square, I hate putting them together. So I just make one big square, and just keep going round and round. This is what I've made in my... See how I do my blanket, if I do a blanket. I haven't done any one for years, but that's how I did them. I just kept going around because there's no way I could stand sewing them things together. You'd think, oh gee, I did such a great job getting them done, yeah, but then you've got to put them together. Some people like that sort of thing, but I just can't. I just can't handle it. I'm too impatient, I guess. That's me. So I've got those really nice pieces. Now, this is cut out really bad, isn't it? And you've got it the wrong side too, so you nearly did a mistake there. I should have got a bit more iron on that bit. You should be still warm. Well, I tell you what, I wouldn't stick my hand on him yet. That's for sure. There we go. Look how crooked that is. No wonder I can't get him on straight. Okay. I did have some metal, these shape things that a friend of mine gave me years ago, but I can't find them. And I can't imagine that I gave them away, because something that you can't acquire real easy, I don't think. It cost a bit of money when she did buy them. She come from another country too, out here to Australia, so maybe she brought them with her, I don't know. And I'm sure I haven't got them, because I haven't found them anywhere. I have not found them anywhere, so, which is very disheartening. A bit of glue under that. The glue doesn't come through, look, you can't see it on your fabric, and it holds your square, or your hexie, in place, doesn't it? And does it hold your hexie in the right place so you can sew it? Let's see if we can get it on this time without, and make sure we've got plenty left over around the edges to turn in. Righto. How's this? You keep it flat if you can. I hope I put a knot in here. No, didn't I? I did. Tricked my own self. Then I tricked my own self. I told you I haven't had much sleep. If I'm not behaving properly, I'm sorry. It does worry me sometimes that I don't get enough sleep, but I suppose I shouldn't. Because then other people say they can't sleep either, or they've been up all night or something, you know. Sheila, well, the lady up there that can assist the other day, she was in a foul mood. She didn't have to take it out on me, but she was just a bit bitchy at me. I don't know what's wrong with people. It's not hard to be nice to some. I didn't do anything, but I just said something to her and she got real off at me. It wasn't bad. I asked her if she had any bargains, you know, because there was a loudspeaker thing going. I don't know if I told you this story. I probably did, but anyway, I'm repeating myself. That's something that we do when we get a little bit older. But anyhow, they were had the loudspeaker thing going, talking about, you know, there's so much off this, and there's, you know, buy one box of stuff and get another one. I think I did tell you, but anyway, buy one box of stuff and get another one for free. You know, pay $5 for one box of things, and you get it, like, fill up the box and you pay $5 for it, see? And if you did that, they'd give you another one for nothing. And I just said to this woman, because they have the separate sections where the jewellery's not in the box sale, the craft stuff's not in the box sale, and anything oldish, like vintage, is not in the box sale, right? They keep them in separate little parts of and they're like in little shops in the room. Anyway, I said to the lady that sells the craft stuff, I said, you got any bargains today? And she said, I work really hard doing this voluntarily. And I thought, oh dear. I said, well, okay. I said, well, okay. I'll talk. I said, I better go. Don't you want anything? She said. I said, oh no, I'm good. I thought I'd better not hang around there. And then when I talked to her later, because I went back and I asked her, you know, how, she said she was sorry, but she didn't get much sleep last night. And I thought, well, there was no need to. I never said anything to her about her not working or about anything. I just said, it was kind of, sort of, as you say, you know, tongue-in-cheek or whatever. I said, have you got any bargains here today? You know, because it wasn't, geez, you're not working very hard or anything like that, or what are you doing standing around doing nothing? I never said anything like that to her, you know, for her to do that. But anyway, silly old woman, sorry, but she wasn't. Need to get off at me. I spend a bit of money up there at that place. Well, what are you going to do? I don't know. I know it's for a good cause and I don't mind, but I don't know why they can't. Somebody must have upset her. I reckon I just turned up at the wrong time, I think, because I worked really hard, she said, for this charity. She said to me, okay, don't give me a bargain. I don't want one. She was actually charging $1 too, for there was 4 or 5... what do you call them, press studs on a really old card, and I think she wanted $1 for them. And I suppose that's okay, but, you know, really? You could pay 50 cents for it at any other shop. They're $3 for a great big card full that I went and bought up the street after, because I thought, well, I'm not going to buy them off you anyway, so I'm just going to clear off out of here and go somewhere else. Now, how do you think that looks? Pretty cool. I do like it. Now, I'm going to have to sew a bit together for you, just to give you a bit of an idea. I don't think I sewed one up before, did I? I don't think I sewed one together. I have done that, but not on video, I don't think. Isn't that good? And somehow, if you do enough, you can turn it into a ball. I could make a bag out of this, couldn't I? I could actually make something if I kept going. But you know what? I keep thinking, oh no, I better show you something different. And so far, I've got all them things happening at one time because I want to show you different things. I don't want you to get bored and not come back and watch what we're doing. People need to have choices too. I mean, they're not all interested in the same things, see, so it just depends. You can be interested in a lot of different things too, I suppose. I've got this piece of sticky tape stuck to me and it won't go away. Get off. All right. Now, so we're going to sew this piece together here, and we have a few minutes to do that. And then when I do that, I'm going off to go to have my lunch, because I've been in here for a fair while this morning. Oh, well, not as long as I usually am. I didn't come in here till later because I was a bit tired today, and I watched a few YouTube videos. Come on. Get off there. Just do this. I got it. Okay, so I want to put these two pieces together. So put the right sides together like that. And what you need to do is work these really, really, really dainty stitches. I'm going to come up through underneath the back here of this, because you don't really want to see your stitches. Well, you can't make invisible ones, but you want to try. Oh, I did have a knot. You seen me try and do the thing, didn't you? Come on. Okay, so we'll come back up underneath there. Let's try this piece together. That one's not really that straight for the time being. We'll go and press it down a bit more. This one here I didn't press, did I? It might be right though. So what you need to do is just pick up tiny little stitch from that side to that side. Tiny bit of fabric. Just a tiny bit. You don't too much. Just enough to hold it together. Don't do your stitches too big, do tiny ones. Isn't that cool? This is kind of like what you'd say would be a ladder stitch, really, or overcast stitch. Well, it just depends. It's just a straight stitch, picking up both pieces of this material without picking up the cardboard. Okay, you don't pick up the cardboard. You can feel it in there with your needle, and you won't go through that because you'd know if you did, wouldn't you? And if you're doing something like this, you can just use a neutral colour, because they're all going to be sewn, unless you want to do them all, unless your squares was all the same, your hexies was all the same. And it's going to go across here. Hang on. Woo, woo, woo. I don't know if anybody actually leaves the squares in. Some people could do, I suppose. But you can take them out soon and then reuse them again. And you can do that, as long as you want to. I would do these on the machine only. I'd rather hand stitch any day myself. That's the way it is. I'm supposed to be putting a few pieces together to make some bags for me shop, but the machine's just 1 foot away from me or 2 feet away from me, behind me there. But I just don't feel like it. I was watching this lady. Her name's Kate. She's on the last Homely Home on something like that. It's called. I can't remember now. She's really good at everything, and she has this machine. She bought this thing. It's called a JUK something, a juke or something, and it's a industrial sort of one, but you know it's not. It's for quilting and that, you know. And when you sew things, it goes zoom. You know, it's not chug chug chug. You put it goes fast. And I used to use them at TAFE. I did. I used them at TAFE, and I really liked them. The overlockers used to scare me because they used to just chop your piece of stuff off, and you had to make sure you had that all lined up properly, or you'd end up with nothing. But the industrial machines are good. And it wasn't really expensive. Maybe that's because it was in the UK, because I think that's where she's from, somewhere over there. And yeah, so she does really nice stuff. That lady, she's really good at everything. She does, and she has cats. She has cats, and she talks to you. You know, it's a really nice person. Lives in one of those old English houses. Really cool place where she lives. But anyway, whoops. She was away for a while because she wasn't well, and I was really worried. I kept going back there to see if she was back, and she was back today, so I was really pleased about that. Today she was showing some of the things that she's got in her store. Okay, that's enough. Stop that there, and we'll just do a bit more here, because we've finished along there. Look at that, in that ducky. You probably can just see me stitches if you get really close. And I like the fact that it's got the stuff in it and it's stiff, but you can't really do that. Keep it in there, it wouldn't be. Now, it just depends too on what you're making, because if you were doing something, you'd keep going along. You keep going along like that, you know. You'd put another one there, because then when you come back, you could sew in there to do them, put them together, couldn't you? Right. Wonder if I should do that. Okay, so do something bigger. Just a little joke there. In case I turn into something huge. Oh well. I mean, I'm shocking, because I only do my 3 or 4 hours a day in here. Sometimes I'll do a little bit out there in the lounge room, but most of the ladies on here that'll be on here all the time doing stuff all the time. They're working on their craft all the time. I don't do that because I don't know, but I just don't. And we don't, oh well, you know, you could just, it's good to just come in here and have this time to do it, and then do other stuff or whatever. A lot of people, you see them, they can put up stuff all the time because they're working in their rooms doing their sewing, or they're in their houses. Like say if I had my craft room out there, I'd be there working on it, but of course I've got to come in here. I'm away from where Jeremy and the cat are, you know, so I just felt like I, you know, just to spend the mornings in here, and then sometimes I'll come back for a couple of hours, maybe afternoons in the warmer weather. But or I can take something out there with me to do. So if I'd have had a lot of these made, I could have just sat down and sewed them together. But then I can't concentrate on more than one thing much at a time now. I used to be able to once. Because because honestly, if you're trying to concentrate on too much at one time, you've probably not got it right, what you're doing. You know what I mean? You've got to try and put all your thoughts and efforts into the one thing, I reckon. Or maybe that's just an older person saying that. Yeah, so this is fun. I do like this. I really do. I hope all my subbies are safe, and everybody's safe, whether there's my subbies or not. Actually, a lot of people watch my channel, but they're not subscribed to me. I wonder why that is. Maybe they can't do it because they're watching me on the TV or something. I don't know. But anyway, if you want to subscribe to my channel, if you want to like what I've done, comment if you want to. Share with somebody if you feel like that. click on the little bell icon on the side there at the bottom of the right hand side, and it should come up and say what sort of notifications you want to get at all the every one I do or what, and then you just press on that bell, and then when I do one it'll come up and show you. A lot of people probably don't understand that, and if you want to find more of my videos, just whatever video you're watching, go to the top of it where it says my name. Under my picture it says Sonya Stepto. Click on that and you will find all my videos. You will. And then you can go and find out what you'd like to look at, I suppose. Something interesting. So look at this. Look at me go. I'm going to make a bigger piece of work. Isn't that cool? I do love that. And I do have lots of different pieces of material that I can work with. Wow, there you go. How's that look? You like that? Thank you everybody for watching, and I think that was good fun, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.